Good afternoon, my name is Kirsten, and I am doing my persuasive speech on breast cancer, or persuading women and or men to have mammograms. Today I'm interviewing my grandmother, Mamie Daniel, who is a two-time breast cancer survivor. So we are just going to get some information from her in regards to prevention, even what some of the causes were and what her whole process was. My first question is, at what age did you have your first mammogram?
At age 35, I had my first mammogram.
And at the age of 35, was it just routine to have one at that age? Did we have any family history or anything that made you have it at the age of 35?
It was just a routine checkup, and we do not have a family history of breast cancer.
And after your first mammogram, did you have them yearly after 35?
No, the next mammogram I had was at age 40.
40, and then after that, was it yearly or was it an every 5-year routine for you?
I had one the next year, and then at age 43, I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
And at that time, what stage were you in?
I was at stage 1.
And what does stage 1 consist of?
Stage 1 is early detection. That means that the cancer cell is really a small dot, like a dot, about the size of an ink pen.
Okay, and what caused you, I guess, to go in at the age of 43? Did you do anything? Did you notice anything? Was there anything, unusual?
I did a self-examination and I noticed a lump, so I called the doctor to go in to have a checkup. I was due for a mammogram anyhow, and so they ordered the mammogram. The mammogram came back and recommended I have a biopsy. The biopsy came back and said I had a cancerous cells.
And what was the next step at that point?
The next stage was next step was surgery. I had lumpectomy, which is they go in and they remove the lump out of your body.
And then, so once you did the self-breast exam, then you were diagnosed, then you do the lumpectomy. What's the next step, I guess, after that?
After the pathology report came in, a recommendation was that I have radiation therapy and chemotherapy, and I had both.
And how long was that process?
The radiation therapy was 33 treatments, and chemotherapy was 6 rounds.
So once you completed all of those steps, what was the next thing? What was your follow-up?
My follow-up was to go on a 5-year anti-cancer preventive medicine, which was named Tamoxifen.
And during the course of, everything that you went through, was there anything they told you that could have possibly prevented it?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. And so, after the 5 years elapsed now, did you still go every year for a mammogram?
Yes, every year.
And then you were actually diagnosed again.
At age 60. This time I had the mastectomy, and the mastectomy is when they actually remove your whole breast.
And so did you go through all of the beginning stages through that? Was everything the same? You did the self-breast exam, all of that you noticed, then you went in, you did so you did the same, you had kind of the same process again. And so this time you decided to have a mastectomy. Why? Was it because did you feel like it was a risk factor, or what made you decide that?
Well, 17 years later, it reoccurred, and I just didn't want to have to go through it 17 years again. So the doctor and I decided that the mastectomy would be the best option.
And what information can you provide, just in general, about breast cancer or prevention or early detection, or what insight can you provide?
One thing I will say is that early detection does save lives. Know your body, do your self-exam, and if you feel anything that's out of the norm, if it looks any kind of way out of the norm, call your doctor, go in, and have yourself checked out. Not knowing is your greatest risk. Knowing is a great factor.
And this does conclude my interview with my grandmother on breast cancer. Hopefully it provided you some insight on mammograms, early detection, and also the possible outcomes of late detection.